All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy A.O. Black, and you're tuned into another episode of Black Talk. Man, this episode 9. I almost forgot what episode was on. I ain't been in here in a good week, man. The band been keeping me real busy. I truly feel like how Bonner feel now, man. We're just working all day with the band and stuff. Being in school, the whole school. I'm ready for the school year to be over with, actually. If we can go and just speed this process up, man. But I'm here today with a Grambling alumni, man, former Miss Grambling, man, Miss AKA, you know what I'm saying? She's the host of her own podcast, which is called Her Reality Check, man. I'm sitting here with none other than Miss Madison Johnson.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. Oh, so good.
You know, you actually my first female guest on the show, so
Really?
You know what I'm saying? You get to hold that spot.
I feel
Trey G gets the
special.
first guest. JJ was the first actual famous person I know was on the show, and now you're the first female, so you know what I'm saying, you get to hold the number one spot.
I'm the second famous person, you know.
Yeah. So, you see the number in the number 2 spot, man. You got the number 1 spot and the number 2. Man, I'm actually, you know, I appreciate you coming through, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, fit me into your schedule. I know, you know, we all busy with things going on and stuff, so I really appreciate you coming through with me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
No problem. I really appreciate this. So, you know what I'm saying, I like to just, you know, jump right in with things, you know what I'm saying? In case you don't know what the show is all about, Black Talk Assembly, a show where I talk to people from around the city, and I ask them one simple question, which is, what is it that you do around the city? So, Madison, what is it that you do around the city?
Well, I do a lot of things. My main job, I am a college advisor, so I work for a nonprofit organization. It's called Education is Freedom, and we're like vendors for different schools. So we'll go into high schools and work with the seniors. Some schools work with like 9th through 11th grade as well, but I mostly work with seniors, helping them prepare for their next steps after they graduate. So helping them find a college or a trade school if they want to do military, workforce, anything like that. That's what we help with. So that's what I do for my job.
I would say we had a group like that. They would call it like the Region 10, something like that. So, but they chose one particular class and they followed them from freshmen up until they graduate.
Oh,
so that's gonna be,
I like that.
Yeah, so that's their whole thing. They gonna be with the class of 20. What's them boys? 26.
This coming up class?
No, 27. My bad, 27.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be with the class of 27
Yeah.
up until they graduate. I guess they're gonna start over with the next class.
Yeah.
After that.
That's good though. That's a good program.
Yeah, so they've been working with them on getting them college ready and stuff like that, or trade school ready. Really, you know, really cool girls too. Cool women, excuse me, not girls, women. Really cool women. One is actually Langston alumni, and the other one, I don't think she went to. She didn't go to Lancaster, but she went to surrounding schools around.
You went to Lancaster?
I did.
So my program the organization I work for, they're actually in Lancaster. This is the first year they're there. So I think it's called EIF, and they just started at Lancaster. But whenever they were asking like who wanted to go to Lancaster, I thought about it because I've always loved Lancaster. Like I love the school.
I would say, is a girl named Kennedy? Did she work with you?
Kennedy.
She's short and dark skin. Because I don't remember I asked because it was some. She's a Lancaster alumni, but she was at the school Friday, and she was telling me about some program that she's doing working with the kids.
Maybe.
So
I'm still working on names. I'm still
Okay,
because it's like my second year. I'm still working on names. But if I see her, I probably know who it is.
Okay, yeah, because she had just said that. So when you said that, I'm like, oh, she might. I'm working for the same people.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
It's a good
So
work.
are you from Dallas?
Yes, I am. I grew up in Terrell, you know, Jamie Foxx. That's where I grew up. I lived there for 10 years. Then I moved to Paris, Texas. My dad had a job there as a principal in Clarksville ISD. So I lived in Paris for about 2 years. Then I moved back to Dallas for high school, and I went to Ursuline Academy. It's like an all-girls private Catholic school, and I did that for
So you weren't outside
years.
of town. You weren't nowhere near outside of town.
No, I wasn't on y'all side of town, but I love y'all side of town. I like it's like South Dallas. I call it South Dallas. I was told it's not South Dallas. What is it?
We more like Oak Cliff area.
That's South Dallas, right?
No,
What is it then?
Oak Cliff.
So
a bridge literally separates us and the cliff from each other.
Okay.
Exit, something like that, like an exit separates the two.
I like that side though.
And that's another thing. We can sick of y'all always trying to just count us out like that, man. Doggone Langston and Oak Cliff go hand in hand. God dog. The doggone bridge on doggone LBJ, is it Lyndon B. Johnson? I don't never say the acronyms for it. I mess it up. That's one thing you don't get to know. I mess a word up and I mispronounce a word and keep going. But Lyndon B. Johnson, that bridge literally separates us and Oak Cliff from each other.
Yeah,
University Drive over by UNT Dallas.
I think I grouped together Lancaster, like Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Duncanville, all in South Dallas.
Well, On the map it say now. On
South?
the map it say them in South Dallas. We not.
So Lancaster not like right there by DeSoto.
It's a bridge that separates us. It separates us from the two. They on their side of town and we on the other side.
Okay.
We on the back side of it. You know, we close to the 45, but we ain't, you know what I'm saying?
So it's split. It's different.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Now that's when we draw the line when we say, you know what I'm saying, Lancaster, DeSoto, City Hill, Duncanville, we all split into our own little subdivisions.
Yeah, because I said that to someone the other day and they were very upset.
Well, they can't be mad at the truth.
Yeah, like, I guess that's let me know something. Let me know. I grew up in North Dallas, so I wouldn't know. That's where I spent high school. Was like I lived maybe 10 minutes from North Park, so I was right in the middle. I was like on Northwest Highway, right in the middle of all of it. So
yeah, see, we coming on the north side, that was like a field trip for us. We used to, like, even us going to Six Flags. I tell people all the time, my mom used to like, yeah, we finna go to Arlington. I'm like, we finna go to Arlington? Nigga, we finna go to Arlington, boy. Hey, man, put your good clothes on. We going to Arlington today, boy. But put your good stuff on, man.
Arlington always felt so far away. Like that hour drive, like I'll take a nap, wake up. I'm like, dang, we still not there.
It was
like,
an hour drive for y'all?
From Terrell?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Like when I would go to Arlington, living in Terrell, it was about an hour. Coming from Dallas, it's maybe like 30, 45 minutes. But Arlington is kind of far out, especially Six Flags.
Yeah. That was that. We going that way, we finna be over there for a while. We ain't, that's not no, I'll go over there for like 10 minutes. Whatever's there, we're gonna do it all
day.
That in one time. Like, we over there. So to jump right into the show, man. So you're a Grambling alumni.
Mm-hmm.
What class?
24. Oh, I almost forgot. I feel like I'm getting old.
I graduated 2019.
Oh, yeah, you are. Oh.
Well, see, I like that because I was part of the old Grambling of the old new Grambling. So
say it one more time.
I'm part of the old new Grambling.
The old new Grambling.
Right.
Okay.
So I was there before they put the names of the buildings on there. So it wasn't Douglas, Knox, and nothing like that. It was numbers.
Oh.
So it was like 100, 200, 800, 700.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but when I first got there, they just put names on the dorms.
So what number building did you live in?
I stayed in Douglas my freshman year when it was a boys' dorm.
See, somebody else told me that. I didn't.
Yeah, Douglas was an all boys dorm. I stayed in 164 Douglas my freshman year, right there on the end.
Wow. I stayed in Bowen.
Oh, you was fancy.
Year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, honey. I did not want to wake up and look at somebody in their face every day.
I most definitely had to wake up and see my boy D looking right over at me. And he looking at me. I'm looking at him. He looking at me.
I didn't want that. So yeah, my freshman year, I applied for housing early. I was like, I have to be in like an apartment style. I was never in a traditional dorm. So sophomore year, I lived in Truth.
Oh well, oh yeah, you don't upgrade them again.
And then
what you wasn't really upgrade. Okay.
It was kind of, I was in the 2-bedroom though, so it wasn't a 4.
Okay.
So it was only me and my cousin. And then junior year and senior year, I stayed in Steeples Glen. Do you know Steeples Glen?
Yeah, I stayed in Steeples too.
They had Steeples back in your day?
I ain't that old.
Oh.
Steeples was old when I got there.
Oh, I thought it was more recently.
I graduated in 2013.
You graduated in 2013?
Yeah, high school.
Oh, high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I graduated from college 2019.
Okay.
Spring of 2019.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I came in 2020.
So yeah, I wouldn't. It wasn't my fault that all that stuff was already built. I think Steeples was already before they built the new dorm, that tore down all the high rises and built the dorms they have now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steeples was already there. That and what's the apartments right there?
I forgot what they're called, but I know what you're talking about. They just painted them white.
Yeah. Was it not campus? It's not Campus Evolution. Stadium View.
Yes.
Stadium View.
Oh, you just brought back memories. Oh my gosh, I was literally just over there behind Stadium View on Adams Street for homecoming. Did you go to homecoming?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see you.
Well, I mean, I was with them bad kids all day, so I was trying to keep my eyes open, watch the game just a little bit.
Oh, I didn't get to make it to the game. My line sister got married, so I went to the tailgate and then I went to her wedding. But after we went to Adams Street, it was like a little party out there.
Why would somebody get married on homecoming?
I think she planned it beforehand.
Oh.
Yeah, and
so like homecoming fell on her wedding.
Exactly. They Grambling needed to plan it around my sister's wedding. That was the problem. So we know for next time.
Yeah, but them apartments back there in Stadium View, them Caribbean parties used to go crazy in Stadium View when I was in college.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to experience those things that students say Grambling had, because I used to hear about, it was called Club Steeples. Like they say it used to go up on Main Street. I'm like, maybe we came in on the very end of that. Like, we had a taste of it my freshman year, but it was COVID as well, so it was a little bit harder.
A little more strict.
Yeah, and then, like, but we made it work because freshman year during COVID, I remember it was like a snowstorm we had, and everyone was outside, like, snowball fights. We had the little, those containers that you store stuff in. People got the tops off the containers, and they would ride down the hill on the old track. Oh, honey, we had a time.
Yeah, we had the first time it snowed in Graham was like 2017? We had it was a big snowstorm. We was out of school for like a whole week.
Yeah, those were the good days.
We also had some bad times too. That doggone tornado came through there, and boy,
it was a tornado.
Yeah, that's why Pizza Hut, that hotel was right there.
Hotel? What hotel?
Well, right there where QT is now, across the street.
Oh, you're talking about in Ruston.
Yeah,
I'm like, when did we have a QT in Grambling?
No.
Oh,
right there, it used to be a hotel, a Pizza Hut. And it was a tore down hotel where QT is now. There was some other stuff over there, but when that tornado came, it tore all that up.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that Pizza Hut was my spot because on Monday through Friday they would have a $5 lunch buffet. Man, say when you only got so much money, that $5 buffet came in handy, doc.
That's crazy because like in college, the value of money in college versus like real life is so different. Like if I had $20 in college, I said, "Oh baby, we're going out to get mighty crab. Like we're getting seafood today. Like we don't have to go to the caf. Like we got money." I took my I moved to Steeples my last 2 years. I didn't even have a meal plan for real. Like I had one meal a day to go in the caf. That's because they made me. Why?
Because like you had to have at least one meal to have X amount of Tiger Bucks. So I was living off Tiger Bucks for the longest. I had like 300 some Tiger Bucks. I lived off that for the whole semester.
How much? Okay, so how they did it with us is they gave us our card, and well, if you stayed on campus, you had to get the highest meal plan is what they recommended. So you got that one, so it was unlimited swipes, and then you could get $100 in Tiger Bucks. Baby, that $100 got spent in the first week. And next thing you know, I'm asking you, can I use your Tiger Bucks? Like,
you had the 3 meal plan, and then you had the 2 meal plan. Then you had 1. But you can only, if you stayed on campus, you only could do 2 or 3. If you stay like the dorms. But if you stayed in Steeples, you can do either 1 or 2 or 3. I always did 1 because I wasn't eating calf. Calf food always gave me gas. So I never went. Unless it was fried chicken or catfish.
Yeah, the fried chicken, was it on Wednesdays? Okay, and then Fridays for the fish. Yeah, those are my favorite days. Those days would be packed. But I liked when they got the pasta bar. That was my favorite, the pasta bar.
It took too long. When I was there, they had just bought the pasta bar when I got there. So
because they had just renovated the caf.
Yeah, you came during the time where I had the 24-hour caf too.
No, I came during the time when we were walking to Washington Complex. Yeah, I don't think you know nothing about that.
What was y'all walking to Washington Complex for?
My freshman year, like my entire, I don't know if it was the whole freshman year or just the first semester, but the CAF was under construction, so we couldn't go to the main CAF. So the CAF was in Washington Complex.
Yeah, because in the bottom of Washington Complex is kitchen down there.
Yes. And
that's crazy.
So we were walking to Washington Complex. It was nowhere to sit. Like you just had to go through a line like school lunch. And I remember they had this lemonade. It was so good. And it would be a crime if like, your roommate left you and went to Washington because that is all the way across campus.
Yeah,
like
you don't want to go there alone.
Exactly. So it's like you went to the CAF without me. Like,
well, I would have been fine because all my classes was in Washington Complex.
Mine too.
I was a mass comm major.
But you see, our classes weren't in person. I was a mass comm major too, but they weren't in person at the time. So it was like I had to go from Bowen to Washington Complex every day if I wanted the CAF food, unless you had a car. I had a car, but I didn't want to keep moving it because
parking was terrible.
It was terrible. Yes, and they would act like you couldn't drive around campus. I remember they would tell us, like, freshmen are only supposed to use their car to, like, maybe go to Walmart and get groceries and stuff. I took my car to every class. I remember it would be students trying to follow the rules, walking in the rain. I'm like, baby, no, it was never that serious.
If it was raining too hard, that was the day I wasn't going to class.
Oh, yes.
I was faithful. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was faithful for that. If it's raining too bad, I ain't going. If it's too cold, I ain't going. I'll walk and sweat through the heat because I always had a towel on my shoulder, but that doggone, if it's too cold, I'm not going back out there, dog.
I think that's like a Grambling mentality thing because a lot of students say that, like, I knew the day it would rain. I'm driving my car, but I knew it was going to be nobody in class, and the teacher wouldn't prepare anything. They're like, it's raining, nobody coming.
Nope. I'm not coming. I don't know anybody else coming. I'm not going out there, bro. So why did you even want to go to Grambling? Like, was it other schools you wanted to go to, or Grambling was just number one?
So what happened was, I graduated high school during COVID. So I graduated high school in like June or July. Like our graduation was in the summertime. And I had a scholarship to go to Xavier, New Orleans. Yeah. That's where I was supposed to go, but I never got the chance to go visit because of COVID and the restrictions and stuff with traveling and like visiting campuses. But that was where I was supposed to go to school, was Xavier or Loyola. I had a scholarship to both Loyola New Orleans or Xavier New Orleans. And then Grambling was the only school I was able to visit. I visited junior year and senior year because I was in Top Teens of America in Dallas. And they let us take like trips down there. They would drive us on a bus. But my parents went to Grambling, but I always said, I was like, yeah, I'm never going there because that's all I used to grow up hearing about was Grambling. I said, yeah, that's where I won't be, Yeah. So I didn't want to do that. And then time came around, COVID happened. I said, well, Grambling's the only school I've been to. I mean, I guess I liked it a little bit, so I'm gonna go. So I went to Grambling.
I'm a Grambling baby too. Me and my sister.
Really?
My mom, my granny, and my uncle, and a lot of my cousins. We all went to Grambling. So our family is deeply
legacy.
Grambling. Yeah. Deep rooted in Grambling. My uncle was actually an assistant band director. One of my great uncles.
Oh wow.
My grandpa Charles Turner. He was an assistant band director.
I love that. That's so nice.
He was over the uniforms and the flag team.
Oh yeah. See, I feel like when I used to come visit Grambling in high school, the band was like so like OMG, like everybody came for the band. I just remember being like, yeah, the band and the Royal Court and the cheer team, like those were the big three things for me. I was like, it's either band, because I played flute in middle school, and I was like, I would low-key get back in the band. So I thought about band, I thought about cheerleading, but I couldn't flip, so that wasn't gonna work out. And then I knew I was like, I really liked stuff with Royal Court, so and I did, because I did pageant, so it was one of the three I was gonna pick. So
I originally wanted to go to PV because they drumline, what it was called PV McFunk Box. I'm not a big fan of MSD, but I'm a big fan of PV McFunk Box. That was my all-time favorite drumline. So I wanted to go to PV to be in the box. But when the box got dismantled and was kicked out for different reasons, I was like, well, I guess that was going to kill my dream.
Yeah.
And then Jackson was on the big rise. So people were like, yeah, man, I want to go to Jackson. I'm like, I'm not going away to Mississippi. I said, I know no one in Mississippi.
Baby,
I'm not going there.
I did not want to be in the SIP.
And then I think another Talladega College had just came out too. I don't know who or what a Talladega is, so I'm not going there.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Maybe let me try TSU. I didn't necessarily get into TSU.
Texas Southern.
Yeah,
that's a good school.
I didn't get into TSU, but Grandma was like, well, hey, so you come over here, we give you X amount of money to do this. I was like, all right, cool. My granny down there, cousins down there. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I like Grambling's where I'm gonna be at.
I think that was another thing. I was like, okay, Grambling, maybe it wasn't my first choice initially, but like I had so many people down there that would look out for me. Yeah. I was like, I think that's the safest option for sure, and probably like the best option for me. And it worked out. So
yeah, I tell people all the time, I wouldn't trade my Grambling experience for nothing.
For nothing, like literally.
Grambling made me into the man I am today.
I say that too, and I hate when people talk bad on Grambling. I'm like, I hate that you had that experience because my experience was fabulous. Like I loved it at Grambling. I was involved in like freshman year I ran for Miss Freshman, I didn't win, but sophomore year I ran for Miss Sophomore, I won. Then I was Miss Cover Girl, then I was Miss Grambling. So and then I crossed AKA sophomore year. I joined like honors societies, clubs. Like I was involved. I talked to everybody. I worked in athletics. I was had a radio show, like a morning radio show. I loved it at Grambling. Like I feel like it helped me become who I am, and like it really built me up, like built my confidence. I gained a lot of skills, like it taught me a lot. So yeah, I have nothing bad to say about Grambling.
I would say Grambling teach you how to eat, how to have a lot of hustle behind your bustle, man.
Yes.
You really got to go out there and get it when you're in Grambling, because there's a lot of information you ain't gonna get unless you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that can help you get there, here, get there. So I really appreciate the fact of how they made me grow up, you know what I'm saying, put me in certain situations that I didn't believe I needed to be in, especially when you send a young teenager trying to navigate how to figure this stuff out. And I call my mom like, Mom, how do you even do this? She's like, I don't know. You call somebody. So her and Coach Pontine.
I love really, Coach P.
They got really cool because of a situation my sister had. So no, I went up and talked to him because he didn't know me and my sister were brother and sister. So I went and told him like, hey man, I appreciate you for helping out for this situation, whatever. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, no problem, man. I mean, your mom good people, man. Your mom good people, man. And then he's the honorary brother Kappa Psi too. So I didn't know that neither until he came and shook my hand one time. I'm like, oh snap.
KK Psi?
Yeah.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah, him and Terry Lily.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
Period.
that's why anytime I had a Terry Lily aerobics class, I wouldn't wear a fresh shirt. I wore it one time, and you like, oh yeah, come on, Frank, get up to the front, like, ho. So let me stay in the back with the football players, man. They ain't back here working. Oh no, they gonna work too. I'm like, well, let me stay back here. That man was crazy, but yeah, like Coach P, me and him, like, kind of start building a little relationship too. And then they found out that I was a musician, so you know what I'm saying. I would play the drums for different events around campus. He put a little money in my pocket like that too, doing that. So I always got major respect for Coach P.
Yeah, I think Coach P and like Terry Lily, when I think of Grambling, like they are like part of the core of it. Like they've been around for literally so long. Like I think when I came to Grambling, my mom was like, "You need to go talk to Coach P. Go meet Coach P." And I was like, okay, who is this? But like he coached my uncle in college. I think like when he was playing basketball, he knew my mom, he knew my family. So when I met him, I told him who my people were. He was like, oh baby, you family. I was like, okay. So it was nice. And then with Terry Lily, like my cousin was on the cheer team, so she knew him well and he helped her and stuff. So it just felt like a community at Grambling. So
I was like, Coach P, I always like the fact that he treated nobody differently.
Yes.
It was almost like having, if I could say two people that I really looked up to the most in Grambling would be Coach P and Dr. Thomas, the band director at Grambling.
Okay.
Because for one, I mean, how they treated one is how they gonna treat everybody.
Yeah.
And especially Dr. Thomas, how he gonna treat you is how he gonna treat the next person. He didn't care nothing about like his son was in the band. I didn't know his son was in the band, so I was almost halfway through my crab year. His son was on the drum line, played bass drum.
And you never knew because he didn't treat nobody differently.
He treated nobody different, and his son never acted no different either. Because
he already knew.
Yeah, because nigga, Dr. Thomas, my daddy pretty much run the band. I'm gonna act the fool. Like, you can't tell me nothing, nor am I gonna do what y'all tell him to do. But he never acted that way.
That's so good.
He never acted that way.
That's
However, when he punched the drum line, his son got the same punishment we got. That's why I was like, you can't be mad but to respect stuff like that.
Yeah, no, for real.
But you say you was Miss Grambling, so what year were you Miss Grambling?
23 to 24.
I was like, so tell me about that. How the experience even came up. I know you say you was in patches and stuff like that. So how did they even? So how's that process of becoming Miss Grambling?
So it started my freshman year. Like I told you, I ran for Miss Freshman and I didn't win. I was kind of like sad about that. I was like, oh dang, like do I want to keep doing it? But I was like, like being Miss Grambling, like it became like a dream of mine. And I knew, I'm like, okay, yes, like the crown and stuff, I had done pageants, but it was more than that for me. I'm like, I really feel like I can make a mark at Grambling and make a difference, like leave a legacy. And I really want to be a voice for the students and show students that like it's okay to be different and be yourself. Because when I first came to Grambling, I felt like I didn't fit in. Like growing up around all white people, I came to Grambling, people were like, oh, you're like an Oreo, you're whitewashed. And I was like, well, I don't know what you mean. I think it was how I talked and stuff like that. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I don't know. I just felt like I didn't have a place in Grambling, but I eventually found my place, especially after I joined my sorority. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue to be myself, be the kind of person I am, and really just like show God's love all over campus. And so that's what I did. So I was like, I'm just go out and meet people, talk to people, just get to know people, and just be nice and like friendly and the bubbly person that I am. Yeah. So I ran for Miss Sophomore, and after that, like a lot of people started knowing me, and I was like, you know what? I can continue this. I can't remember what my platform was sophomore year. Something with mental health, I think. But then I know for sure, end of my sophomore year when I competed for Miss Covergirl in that pageant, my platform was empowerment through encouragement and basically teaching others how to like share their stories and how they can turn it into a positive and like kind of inspire others. That was really the point of my platform. And so I was like, I want to kind of continue that when I'm running for Miss Grambling. And at that point, after I won Miss Covergirl, I was in F-Sub, and I really tried to take it a step further because, Miss Covergirl, you have the calendar girls. I was like, I really want to let us be seen on campus because like I'd heard of the calendar girls and I had seen them, but I was like, I want us to like start doing more things. So I'm like, we were volunteering, we were going out to eat, like we were getting to know each other. We were really like a sisterhood. Like we spent a lot of time together. We went around places on campus. I think I started a scholarship, the Empowerment Through Encouragement Scholarship, and that was really cool. I awarded to a student. I think it was like a $500 scholarship. I'm like, it wasn't much, but it was just something to show like we're making a difference.
That is a lot.
Yeah, so it was good. It was cool. We got to present it at one of the basketball games, and I think just starting to see like, okay, Madison, when you really dedicate yourself to something and like stay motivated, you can really make a difference. Like you can really do something. So I think that pushed me even more to want to run for Miss Grambling. So I had my mind set on that probably since sophomore year. Like, I want to be Miss Grambling. I need to focus. So when it came to like partying, going out, talking to guys, anything like that, I kept my mind focused. Like, I had to be super careful because I didn't want to do anything that would kind of mess up my reputation. Yeah. So I was really on the straight and narrow. Like, I was not trying to mess up or do anything wrong. Like, I was really locked in. So by the time the end of my junior year came and campaign season started, I was already ready. Like, we were planning, we were getting sponsorships. I had asked like my dentist, my doctors, people from church, oh, I'm running for Miss Grambling, like I need help. And so we got in contact with the lady who did my graphics. We had to get t-shirts made, wristbands, food, all kind of stuff you had to get. We probably spent like $10,000-$15,000 on campaign. Ooh. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was like, this is an investment. I used to think, I was like, dang, okay, if I don't win, like how am I going to feel? I'm like, at the end of the day, like, that's just obviously not a part of God's plan for my life. I won't win, but I'm going to still make a difference on campus. So I just focus really on making a difference. Like, I know that the students like me. I've done what I needed to do. There's nothing else that I can do to prove that I would be a good student leader. So at that point, I was like, I'm going to just go for it. And I think I won by like over 400 points or something like that. Like my points were like 500 something. And it was crazy. And because I really was unsure if I was going to win. And when they announced my name, it was like, I don't know, it was like everything kind of just came together. It's like everything that I had gone through in school and like the challenges that I had to overcome, because it was definitely hard. Like, dealing with a lot of things. People were trying to attack my character, saying I was fake. Like, she hasn't done anything yet, but it's going to get to a point where y'all are going to see the real her. Like, she's like, this is not who she really is, when whole time is what I was. Like, right before campaign, we had this anonymous app come out. It was called Fizz. Yeah. And so people were like talking about me on Fizz, and they were like, yeah, she's fake. She's just making up crazy stuff that like never happened. And I was just like, you know what? Like, if I'm meant to win, it's going to happen. Like, nobody can take away whatever God has for me. So it's going to happen regardless. So I just tried not to worry about it. And it was crazy because I feel like I'm just ranting at this point.
Nah, go ahead.
But
this is the show is about. I want everybody to come on and talk.
It was crazy because it was a restaurant in Ruston at the time. It was kind of by Wingstop, Cane's, and it was a seafood restaurant. It would just open. A lady named Miss Jackson, she had that restaurant there. And so me and my mom went in. I think she closed at 9. We walked in at like 8:50. We're like, oh, like, is it too late? Like, because I was staying with my mom, because my mom was there for campaign. Your family couldn't help, but she stayed at a hotel just to be there for support if I needed anything, even though she couldn't like be on campus with me. So we went to go get food, and I was just telling her about the day. I was like, this is just really stressful. Like, it was really starting to get to me. It was just a lot going on. So we walked in, and the lady was like, oh my gosh, you're the girl running for Miss Grambling. I was like, oh yes, like I am. And she was like, oh my gosh, I think you are going to win. She was like, I'm telling you now, you're going to win. Like, I was like, really? I was like, thank you. Like, I really appreciate that. She was like, no, like, I'm telling you, like, it's going to happen for you. And she started like speaking to me and talking to me and my mom, and then she just started praying for us. And like, we started crying. Like, it was a moment where I realized that everything was going to be okay. Like, it just kind of came together.
That was an older black woman?
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah, she knew. And then like the next day I won. It was just kind of crazy. It was like I was getting all these signs from God that it was going to work out, and it did. So I was really happy about that. But yeah, it took a lot of hard work to get there. You really had to stay focused, but I knew what I wanted to. I think I remember like I went out of town and I took these cute pictures on the beach in a swimsuit. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to post these. Like, I'm going to post these on Instagram. But then I was like, I don't know if I can post these on Instagram because I know what I'm trying to do. I think this was sophomore year or something like that, but I knew what my goal was, and I just wanted to be so careful on how I like represented myself on social media, on campus. Like, I knew I had a bigger goal to get to. So even if I had to sacrifice some things, sacrificing like going to parties, hanging out with people, talking to people, I knew that this was the goal and I had to stay focused.
Okay, well, you kind of answered my second question about being Miss Graham. As far as like, people see that, yeah, you guys win, you guys get to walk around with the world court, you got the clothes, the crown, all these different stuff. But you kind of answered my question about, I'm going to ask you what were some of the struggles, but I guess it's, like I said, you already answered it. It was like y'all couldn't really be y'all authentic self all the time. You had to kind of really be watchful of what you posted, watchful where you went, watchful what you said. Because, y'all couldn't go to class with, slides and sweats and
nothing like
a button on your head. You couldn't do none of that.
Nothing. I remember they told me, they were like, yeah, we really don't want you to wear tennis shoes. Like, I think one time I wore tennis shoes, they were like, can you go change? It was dress, stockings, suits. Like, you need to dress nice every day because you never know when the camera is going to be in your face. And that was true because, like, it would be one day I'm like, you know what, today it's going to be a quick day. Like, I'm going to just go to class. I would throw something on. Hey, Madison, can you come up here? We need you to do a video real quick. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Okay, yeah. I'm going to do it because I always want to say I'm never going to complain because this is what I prayed for. This is what I wanted. Yeah, and so I'm never going to complain about it. I'm going to do it with a smile on my face, and that's what I did. But I really did love it. But it was definitely had its challenges because there's always going to be, like, attacks and things like that. And people were trying to say things about me, and I had, like, some situations happen on campus. But it wasn't a situation where I can go on social media and really speak my piece, you know, because I'm representing the university now. So it's like trying to handle things in private and they go public and you really can't speak up for yourself. So then I have my friends and like my sorority sisters trying to speak for me and trying to help me out. And it can get a lot, but it's like at the end of the day, you're representing the university and you have to do it to the best of your ability. So you can't get on social media and cuss somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Even that's how you can't do that. You can't speak your mind for real, which is why I think I started my podcast, because I said there's so many things that I experienced in college and like
never got a chance to say it.
Never got a chance to say it, never got a chance to speak on my side of the story of things. And it's not about going back and bringing back old drama, because it's a lot of good things too that I just wasn't able to talk about, like experiences as far as like dating and relationships. People were like, oh, they just thought I didn't date. I just didn't talk to anybody, but I was very private about it. So like anybody I was talking to, it was like, okay, this is between me and you. So nobody really knew
what was going on.
Nobody knew what was going on.
I was going to ask that because, you know what I'm saying, I even the time where I was in Grambling, I'd never seen Miss Grambling. You know, actually, I was hanging one of my neos, and he was like, yeah, man, just come ride with me real quick. I was like, all right. So we go to Ruston, we pull up to Campus Evolution, and Miss Grambling get in the car. I can't remember what her name was, but she was tall, dark-skinned Miss Grambling.
Jamarie.
Was that it? Might have been it. Yeah. So she gets in the car, and then what's the old girl that played basketball? She was in WNBA. She had the quadruple doubles.
Oh, I'm not good with sports.
Was it Skylar? Was her name?
That sounds familiar though.
I don't want to mess up her name. If I mess your name up, I'm sorry. But anyway, she get in the back seat too. I'm sitting looking. I said, "Hey man, it's them, man. Like you don't even see them on on campus like that for real. But the fact what y'all doing? I'm country and loud. What y'all about today? What we getting into? So they start talking. They sound nothing professional like how they be on campus. I said, this is how y'all really talk, man. And they weren't, don't get me wrong, like they were saying something bad. They weren't cussing.
Yeah.
Well, Skylar was. But they weren't cussing, like doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. It was just the fact that they were
being themselves.
They were being themselves. You know what I'm saying? They were able to breathe. So I was like, well, this is my kind of people. I don't like nobody being all stuck up. But I understand you got to put on the front of the camera and stuff like that. You got to be professional. You got to hold yourself to a certain standard. But you know, me, I'm not, when you're around people that you can be comfortable with,
it's a difference.
Yeah, be yourself. Because I ain't gonna pull out no camera and be like, oh yeah, look who I'm with. I don't want to make my business first off.
And that used to be a thing. I think I went to like one party, and somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, Miss Grandma at the party." I said, "Whoa, put the camera down!" Like,
gotta get out of here real quick.
That used to happen all the time. I was like, but it was crazy because I think that was the thing, like how people saw me on social media and like on the screens. It was like, oh, she seems one way, but when they would meet me in person, I was really the same way. It was just more of like a relaxed version of me, but it's still the same Madison. Like I'm not faking it for the cameras. I'm not gonna get on there and be like, OMG, hi, and then when I see you, be like, oh hey, like I'm gonna still be like, OMG, hi. Like it was the same thing, but yeah, it's definitely a more relaxed version. I remember one night, we had a wine night in my room, and it was like some people I think like from F Sub and like SGA. They were like, "Oh, Madison, you're like actually like kind of cool." I'm like, "Oh, the actually is taking me out," but thank you, I appreciate that. Like I like to think so. I like to think I'm cool to be around.
I was like, because you couldn't even go enjoy Bayou Classic for real.
See, yeah, Bayou Classic. I'm not gonna lie, my senior year I enjoyed it because I never missed a year. I was on bourbon every year, and I think it's my senior year. We went out Friday night after Battle of the Bands. We didn't get back into the room until 3 a.m. Mind you, our first makeup appointment started at 3:30 a.m. And so, like, 3 a.m, the girl's texting me 15 minutes after we get back. She's like, hey, I'm here to start the makeup. So we didn't get any sleep. So I felt bad because my Miss Freshman, the youngest always has to go first. She always takes the earliest appointment. Yeah. And so she started at 3:30. I went back to sleep. I don't think I got back up until like 7 or 8. And then I was the last appointment because I needed rest. But I remember I said, and it was like raining that Saturday night. It was just a lot. We were walking on bourbon, but I never missed a time on Bourbon Street. I just put my sunglasses on, maybe a little hat. And
I was just saying, I was thinking like maybe you put a disguise on. Really
I did like a little bit of. People still knew like who I was, but if it was like cameras and there's people always recording, I had them sunglasses on and that hat. Like you weren't gonna catch me just throwing back a grenade.
And, you know that's crazy because I ain't gonna say what school it was. I'm not gonna say if it was Grambling or Southern, but it was a Body Classic 19. We were walking back from Bourbon Street, and they were carrying said band member. I ain't gonna say what position this band member had. They were carrying him back to the hotel, and they had a jacket over him, so couldn't nobody tell who he was. I said, but that nigga drunk as two skunks, boy. That nigga gone, boy. I ain't gonna say what school it was part of. It could have been Grambling or it could have been Southern. I ain't gonna say what school it was. I was like, dang, like, is that serious to where you can't even enjoy it? Because I always go to Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
I always had fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't hold no big position. You know what I'm saying?
It was nice when like people around cared because when like maybe thought, oh, like, let's take a shot, and they'd be like, yeah, but don't record her, and I'd be like, thank you. Like people looked out for me because like people knew like because it was people like if you were an SGA, if you were like SGA president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and then you have the class position, so senior class president, any kind of position, you had to be super careful, and it wasn't just because like oh the students are gonna be like oh look at them turning up, but it was like administration is gonna see, and you're gonna get that position taken away from you, so you're representing the university. So how does it look like Miss Senior on Bourbon Street throwing back shots and everybody recording? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you couldn't do stuff like that.
Yeah, cause my roommate, he was on. Well, both my roommates when we first moved to Steeples, they was on F Sub and SGA and stuff like that. And I walk in the house after practice, long day practice, just beat down, tired, got mud on your shirt and everything.
Yeah.
Walk in there, it's a house full of women from SGA and F Sub. I'm like, hey ladies, how y'all doing? Everybody all right? It got to the point they're like, hey Black, you tired from practice? Yeah, I'm tired. She's like, well, go take a shower and come down. We got some food for you, and we got something to drink for you. I told them when they all leave, I told boys, hey man, I love y'all boys, man. Yeah. I said y'all make a hard day better, man. Walking here, seeing everybody in here. Then it was Sunday. I'm like, hey, I just gotta go home, cuz.
Yeah.
It's beat down time. I'm beat.
That's the best part about Grambling. Like it's like a family. Like the people you meet, it's like your chosen family. They really take care of you.
Yeah, cause my extended family is all from Lake Providence, Louisiana. So anytime I go to Lake Providence, I don't have to drive my own car. I don't have to buy no hotel room.
Yep.
I got my own room at my crab brother mama house. She asked, she's like, you want me to fix your room up? You come down? Yes, ma'am. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. She's like, what you want for breakfast the next morning? I said, well, what we always do. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go get them down home sausages and and your grits, and we gonna have time. I did good. That's what I'm talking about. That's where we're going.
I love that.
So before I ask that question, let me ask you: did you ever have to take this lady named Ruby Lewis for any English classes?
No, but I had what was her name? OMG, like I when I tell you I have horror stories with English. It was Ruby Lewis and it was another lady. I can't remember her name, but I had her as a teacher. It's probably good I don't remember her name because I definitely would say it and call her out. But
you see, I said Ruby Lewis.
But I heard about her. But I had another lady. It was terrible. Like, it didn't matter. And mind you, I was a good English. My mom is an English teacher. Like, my mom has her master's. And so I grew up in a household. It's like, if you say anything wrong, like, she's correcting that. Yeah. Like, so I know I'm a good writer. Like, I know English. Baby, she gave me a D in that class. I had to drop it because I had a 3.9 GPA. I had to drop the class. And so it was like a withdrawal of my transcript. I took the class again, and I only could get the first time I had it was a C. I was like, oh no, I can't have a C. Like, I only had A's, maybe one B on my transcript. The second time I took it, I had to take the D. So I have one D on my transcript and it dropped my GPA down to a 3.8. I was so upset. And it's like, I used to go to her tutorials. I remember, I think one time we had to go in the president's office because my class was mostly seniors. It wasn't me at the time, but it was some other seniors. They were trying to graduate in December. She was not going to let them graduate. She was not about to pass them. I was like, this is some of their third time taking this class. Like, this makes no sense.
We might be talking about Ruby Lewis this whole time.
It's not her though.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have her because they told me not to take her, so I took another lady, and she was worse. Yeah.
Ruby Lewis, she asked me the second week of school. She's like, Mr. Tatum, are you a graduating senior? I said, yes, ma'am, I am. She's like, well, what would you do if you didn't pass my class? I said, well, you'd be the only one I would fail. I said, I don't understand why you would do that, but I said, I ain't gonna trip about it. I said, I'm not gonna come back to Grambling for one class. I said, I'll just go ahead and take my chances and start my career in Dallas, see how it works for me. She's like, well, you need my class to graduate. Man, for finals, I cussed her out for finals. I ain't gonna sit there and lie to her. Then I went to go talk to Dr. McKenzie, the department head, And she like, let me guess. She's talking about Ruby Lewis. I was in the hollering. She had to close her door. I was in the hollering so loud. Man, she just wants to scare you. She's not gonna fail you. She's not gonna fail you. I said, look, we ain't got time. This beef finna fail all of us in this room. Because me, this AKA named Courtney, and another guy named Courtney. We was only 3 in our class.
Yeah. Because everybody had dropped it?
No, we were just the only ones who enrolled because it was advanced grammar, so I had to.
Yeah, I was in advanced composition. Yeah.
So I said, bro, advanced composition. That's what it was. I had to take that class, and she didn't teach anything. She never taught anything in class. She literally would sit there and just like read some out the books, and I get nervous when I have to read out loud, all just naturally. But when you're yelling at me while I'm trying to read, makes me 10 times more nervous.
Yeah.
So I'm stumbling over words. I'm stumbling over because she's still screaming, read the page, boy. You know how to read. And she just yelling. I'm like, I said, I can't do it. I can't focus in this. So anytime I would sit down, sometimes my leg just shakes, just out of just nerves. Not even because I'm nervous about anything, just because my leg just shaking. She's like, why your leg shaking? You shouldn't be, your leg don't need to be shaking. I said, ma'am, my leg is just doing that. She's like, you can control that.
Did she still work there?
Be honest with you, I think my sister just told me she passed away a couple of years ago. Now I didn't smile initially.
Ruby Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh no.
She ain't dead.
I don't think so. I don't
But
know.
man, that's good. She ain't dead. You know? That's fine. She's still alive. Good.
I don't know.
Hopefully she getting her life. Hopefully she getting her life together. Because God saw what you did. He saw what you did, and because that woman was sexist. She was against men. She would purposely, you know what I'm saying, fail all the men and pass all the women. I'll tell you what, this quick story. We had this paperwork she would give us. Like, she had, like, high school papers, that she, like, paperwork that she would give us. So, Courtney, she did her work. I didn't do mine on purpose. I said, she gonna be like, anyway, so I got, like, 20 minutes to get this done. I said, Courtney, let me see your paper. I'm a copy exactly what you got. Word for word, line for line, circle for circle, everything. I said, I'm make it just like yours. So Courtney, the boy Courtney sat on the end. I sat on this end. The girl Courtney sat in the middle. She lit boy Courtney up as soon as she came in the door. She lit him up already. She said, I don't like your glasses today. She lit him up first. I said, yeah, she on one. So she looked at the paper. She immediately, X, is this wrong? You need to just sit here and redo this. You just sit here and just redo this. So she got the girl Courtney. Courtney, yeah, I already knew you gonna have yours together. Yeah, look. I said, yeah. I said, I got you, baby. I got you. I said, here you go, Miss Lou. I said, here you go right there. So go and look at that paper. She said, no, then look at you. You had the one. She the only one coming here always prepared. Look how she got this stuff done. Look, that's wrong. I said, Courtney, I'm sorry to even out you out like this, baby, but Ruby Lewis, I copied her paper exactly, and you gave her 100. And you told me mine wrong. I said, how's that impossible? I knew you didn't do that paper on your own. I knew you had to. I said, no. I said, no, that ain't how they go, baby. I said, you sit there and was going to intentionally fail me whether my paper was right or wrong. So she like, well, I said, look, Ruby Lewis, I'm trying to graduate. I ain't got time for this bull.
It's the full name. Look, Ruby Lewis.
Yeah, that's how I talked to her. No other respect was given. Ruby Lewis, look. So she gave us like 5 papers to do at the end of the semester. Like, well, if you do these papers right, I'll see if I can give you a C or something like that. So I didn't do them. I gave them to my line sister. I said, look, Dom, I need your help to figure this out. So Dom was smart. So she do all the work or whatever. She give it back to me. We check it in there. She gave me a D anyway. She said, all this wrong. I said, bro, it's just me. I said, it's just me. It is literally just me. So when I asked other people who took her, she's like, yeah, she don't like men. Like, she was finna put my roommate, she called the police on my roommate because he had bad sinus. So you know the little tube things you had to put in your nose to like, so you smell? She said he was snorting cocaine in her class and called the police on him. I said, this woman's nuts, bro. I said, there's no way she makes it to heaven acting like that, bro. I said, there's no way. I said, heaven is a chill bush. She changes her ways now. But the fact that she won't, hell will be our home. She don't get to act like that and go to heaven, bro. That's not fair. If I see her walking through the gates, I'm excuse me. I know I got strikes against me. Excuse me. But there's no way that she gets to go in after what she did. Go back and look at the book.
At least not before me.
Yeah, make her wait. Go sit in the wait line. That's not fair. She get to go in. I gotta sit there and wait. And all I did was cuss. And look what she did.
Do you know? But you have, and the thing is, with my English teacher I had, because she was similar, but I used to talk to her. I'd be like, okay, so I'd be like, you girl, you got a man? Like what you be doing at home? She was like, no, ma'am, I don't have a man. She said, I love English. She said, and I love teaching. This is my life. I said, oh, baby, this makes sense.
Oh, you talking about Dr. Duhan?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right, that's the people. Okay.
No, I can't. If I remember her name, I cannot remember her name. Probably because I put it out of my mind. I remember one time, like, everybody had dropped their class. It was only me and like 3 students in the class, and she still gave me a D. But I remember she saw me at church one day. I didn't speak to her. The next day in class, she was like, Madison, I saw you at church. You didn't speak. I said, I know.
I would have told Pastor on her.
Yeah.
I would have told.
I'm praying for her right now.
I would have told right there. I said, excuse me, Pastor, we got somebody here that needs some deliverance. we right here. Right here. She should go right here.
It was one day in class, it got so bad. Like, she was just saying all the stuff we were doing wrong, and like she was gonna fail all of us. I was like, you know what? I'm finna leave. So I got up and she was like, Madison, if you leave, I'm not gonna do your attendance for the day. I said, that's fine, and I just left. At that point, I sent an email to the president's office. I said, yeah, we got to do something about this. It got to the point where she was not gonna pass me. I wasn't gonna have enough hours to run for Miss Grambling, and I told her that, and she did not care. She was like, well, that's on you. Mind you, I had straight A's, all A's and a D. Like, girl, make it make sense. Like, and I've never. And the thing is, my advisor that I had freshman year, I don't think she works. She doesn't work there anymore. But she put me in like senior classes.
Miss Peters.
No, it was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember her name, but she put me in senior level classes, like my freshman and sophomore year. So I was already ahead. Like, I was taking classes with seniors because I could handle the work. And this was like for my English credits. So I'm like, how am I in this class and you're telling me I'm not able to do it? Like, it just didn't make any sense. I did not have a good experience with English. Mm-mm.
If Ruby Lewis is still living, I hope you don't make a change. I hope you don't make a change, because my sister was finna get. Hey, matter of fact, she came in there one day. She talking about her mom had passed. And normally I'm sympathetic about people that know they lose their moms. Boy, I was sitting on my own photo just like this with a smile on my face. But she was in there, shedding tears, and Courtney was over there just all sympathetic for her. I said, can I go? Because I'm finna go. I ain't come to class
you
here
weren't
today.
feeling it.
You caused all this kind of hell. You want me to feel sorry for you? Boy, I ain't gonna say nothing about your mama. But you, boy, I said, you can trip down the stairs and I'll walk right past you. That woman was terrible.
I see you had a time with her.
That senior year, man, that's probably the only time I didn't enjoy Grambling. Grambling made not graduating not enjoyable. Mm-hmm. That is the only thing. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I had a good time.
It was hard to graduate, like with the classes and stuff. I remember a lot of people struggled with that, and I felt bad because it was always something when it came to graduation time. But yeah. I'm glad that when I got my stuff done and they approved it, I said, oh yeah, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, when they called my name, I ran across the stage. I didn't walk, I didn't skip. It ain't President Gallo. Thank God bless you. I can go. Like, no, you gotta stay for the whole thing. Then you gotta go down to the bottom and get your degree. Mm-hmm. And I said, Tatum. She like, oh yeah, so you right in the front. Thank God bless you, mother. I said, made a little keeper. It made blessings. I pray. I was gone. I'm knocking old people down, trying to get out there. Like, Mom, we got to hit the road now before they change their mind. I was out of there. I packed up my room and I was gone, man. I said I was in my room maybe 20 more minutes and I was out of there. Out of there. I was like, well, I'm gone, bro. Here, take the keys. I said, I ain't signing no paperwork. I'm gone. I booked it. All right, so Madison, you have a show called Her Reality Check. So how did that show even come about?
So basically, kind of like I was telling you, I wanted to start a show where I can be like, have these honest, open, and real, raw conversations. But a topic I've always really enjoyed is love. Like, I love dating. I love relationships. And the foundation of it was like dating and relationships, like with God at the center of it. But that's really why I started, because I really like the topic of love. But it came from when I did Good Morning Gram Fam. I did it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we would do morning announcements at 10 a.m. It was like good.
Was you on the lab or you was on the KGRM?
KGRM. Okay. Yeah, it was like Good Morning Gram Fam. I am Madison Johnson. We would do a whole little intro, and we did that for about 3 years. And so it would be so funny. Like, I walk around campus and people would be like, Good Morning Gram Fam, like Good Morning Gram Fam, because that's just what I did. And on Fridays we incorporated a dating segment, so we'd have people call in and ask for advice. I think it would be like the older people living in Grambling would call. Yeah. Someone called. I still don't know to today if it was a man or a woman. My man cheated on me, and he over here with this girl, and like me and Mr. Talbot looking like, do we need to cut her stuff short? Because this is still like, it's a community right now, but it's school. I didn't know what she was finna say. She's like, he cheated on me, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should leave or stay. Mind you, you could tell she sounded, I don't know if it was man or woman, like I said. They sounded older. And so me and my co-host, we looking at each other like, are we even qualified to be giving this grown person advice? I said, well, baby, listen. I said, if they cheating on you, maybe that's not the one for you. She said, I don't know, but I love him, and I want to be with him. But he not treating. I said, well, baby, what is it? Have you heard After the Pain? Mm-hmm. So, it's like having a man is better than having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Maybe that you just got to take what you can get
then.
and roll with it. Because at this point, you want the man. So I don't know what to tell you. But that's really where her reality check started. I wanted to kind of go off that. So I think I've had about to have 7 episodes. I'm doing 2 more this week. But just talking about love. And I really want it to be love and dating, but I also want to talk about other things. So I have someone coming on tomorrow. We're gonna talk about like the love of like the game. He played football, so just like it could be your love on like different topics, because I really want to include everybody, give everybody a chance to like tell their story and talk about things that they enjoy. But that's really where it started. And I have also some things that like I want to share about my experience and like my testimony and things that I went through, specifically probably like in Grambling and what I had to go through. I want to talk about that and share that, because I feel like it can bring awareness and help other people as well.
Right.
So that's really why I started to just give myself a platform to speak on topics I want to talk about and have those like open, honest, and like raw conversations with other people. Because like I said, for 4 years, I felt like I was censored on a lot of things that I couldn't speak up on. And now I can really say how I feel, and people I think are responding to it really well. They're like, oh yeah, like you were real with that. Like I wasn't expecting you to say that, but it's like, these are my thoughts and these are my feelings. I just couldn't say them. So now that I say them, I feel like I'm free. Out the shackles.
Yeah. All right, Mary. But yeah, like that's kind of like how this show kind of came about. I was sitting on an idea for 5 years. It never really got it out the ground until I was put in a situation last school year where I was pretty much like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's either now or never. Almost, you know, it's like you really kind of like you were done wrongly in this situation. At least I felt I was done wrong in that situation. Then God had to kind of check me about it. Like, hey, no, you weren't done wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is all part of my purpose. Like, my purpose for you. I had to put you in the right. This one word kept coming to me, like heart posture.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the right heart posture to start it. Because if I would have started in May, it'd probably be on episode 2 right now. Maybe 4.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was in that situation, and I was like, all right, I got to do. I literally have to do something different now.
Yeah.
It was like, now this has to come about. This has to be what I'm doing now. It has to be my main focus. So when I finally got my logos made, I finally, you know what I'm saying, was reaching out to people to be on the show, and I finally found Vibe Lab, because me and my girl, we went to Vegas, and I had found this place online.
You say you and your girl?
Yeah.
You're in a relationship? Y'all gonna have to come on my podcast. You know, it's all about love. Yes.
Her job went to Vegas for a convention or something like that. And they were like, you can bring one person with you. So she's like, you want to go? I ain't gonna never turn down no free trip.
Right.
So we went, and before I left, I had called up here, and I was like, man, I'm trying to set up an appointment or whatever, see how things work up here. And he's like, well, the owner ain't here right now, so you gotta call back, you know what I'm saying, whatever. He'll call you back. So we was out there, and I think we was gonna get ready to come back maybe the night before. So I was sitting in the room. I said, let me just call him back.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, go and call him. So I called, and the person answered, and it was the owner, LB. He was like, yeah, man, just book online. You know what I'm saying? We'll work it out there. So I said, all right, cool. So I had been texting my homeboy Trey G, like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to set up a studio, but it ain't really working out how I want to. You know what I'm saying? They kind of playing around, I feel. So he's like, well, call another one. So I told my homeboy, hey, man, I called Vibe Lab. I said, I don't know if you know where this at or you know who these people are, but like, we try there. Yeah. But no, I came up here that one Wednesday or Tuesday. No, one Tuesday. And I ain't left from up here since.
I love that.
But me and Trey G was supposed to actually start the show in 2020 before COVID hit, because God had already gave me the full plan of how he wanted me to do it. He gave me the name. He gave me the people to be around. He gave me the space I was gonna shoot it in. He gave me the finances to take care of it. He gave me everything, because Trey G and the girl named Mo was gonna be on the show with me. This girl named Classy and this girl named Deja and me. So Mo and Trey, they knew the people. So all right, cool. Trey G worked at a podcast studio. They said, well, if we come before it opens or we come after it closes, we don't have to pay anything to you to be in there. That was the finance part. And then Deja did the camera work, and I had the vision. I said, I literally had everything that I needed perfectly aligned. But I guess he was like, yo, well, you got to hold on for 1 second. I got to go take care of this thing with the world real quick, and I'll be back for you. I was like, God dog, boy, you showed left me for a minute.
Yeah.
But like I say, I guess the heart posture wasn't right for it. Yeah. I wasn't mentally ready for it. I wasn't physically ready for it. So.
And what's crazy is what I like to say is, like, sometimes when you think you're ready for something, God will show you you're not. But it's like you'll realize why you had to wait. And you're like, you know what? It all came when it was supposed to do. And he does have to, like, prepare your heart for new seasons and new things in your life. And what's crazy is that, like, I don't know. Sometimes he'll put you in a position where you have no choice but to do what he's asked you to do. Because it's like, okay, now we're here. Now, like you said, you have to make a change. You got to do something. Yeah. I think that's how it started with mine, because I was like getting so down. I was like, dang, like I want to do something else. Like I want to get back in media. Like I love my job. Yes, I like working with the seniors. I know I'm helping and giving back, but I know my passion is in media, and I like talking. I like speaking to people. I like public speaking. I said I want to get back into that. And I kept hearing podcasts. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do a podcast. Like I don't know if that's for me. I'm like, okay, God, if this is for me, like give me a sign. A friend that I hadn't talked to in a while called me. He was like, hey, Maddie, I don't know why. I just feel like I need to call you and tell you, like, you need to start a podcast randomly. Like, I've never mentioned this to him. He's like, you need to start a podcast. This was the next day after I asked God, like, give me a sign. I was like, you think so? He was like, yeah, you need to start a podcast. He said, I don't know what it is, but you have a platform. You have a good social media platform, and I want you to start it before it's too late. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do it. I didn't know where to start, where to do. I didn't know what to do, like where to go. So I was like, you know what? Okay, let me just start seeing what I can look up. I said, I don't have the money to start this right now because I'm just graduating, but I did have a savings account because I was going to Hawaii. So I had some money put up in savings that I wasn't touching. And so my mom was like, well, this is an investment. Use that money. I was like, well, I don't know if I want to use that money. And I had a lot in there saved. I was like, I don't know if that's like something I want to do. And so she was like, if this is what God is telling you to do, use that money towards a podcast and God will provide the rest. Like it'll work out. I was like, okay. So I took that money out of that savings. I said, if I'm going to pop out with a podcast, it's not going to be just a little something I'm doing. Like, not to say you can't start in your room, but I know anything that I'm coming out with is going to be the best quality and version that I can put out there. And with the things I've done in the past, I know I can only put out what's best for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be perfect at first, but I'm going to put out the best. Yeah. So it's just going to cost money. It's going to be an investment. So I booked a photo shoot. I said I want to really pop out with like a photo shoot, talking about the podcast, what it's going to be about, get people excited for it. Then I wanted to record it. So I had to find good guests. So I had one of my homeboys that I've known since I was younger. He came and his friend. He just got to Grambling and play basketball. And it kind of all came together. I found a studio because I was looking for studios. It was hard.
Boy, why is it so hard to find it out here?
I don't know. And like, I just came across one and I reached out to the guy and he called me. He was like, yeah, I went to PV. I was a PV alum. Graham, he was like, I have to help out my HBCU sister. He was like, just started, like, it's real cheap, da-da-da-da. I was like, he said, just do it. If you don't like it, don't do it again. He said, but just do it. So I was like, I'm going to just do it. So I just booked the session. I said, okay, I already know how to write a script from Good Morning Graham Fam. I said, I wrote the script out. I wrote the layout. I knew what I wanted. I came up with a little intro. I memorized it. And I said, I'm going to just go from here and see how it went. And so episode 1, I was like, yeah, I think this is a part of my purpose. I don't know what my purpose is yet, but this is in alignment with it. It's going to help me get to it. And so I've just been continuing it. And I think being able to like network, make connections, meet new people, it's allowing me to like expand my network in Dallas. Cause it's like I had one in Grambling and a lot of the people that I know are from Grambling because that's where I really became like kind of who I am, grew into the Madison I am now. Yeah. I'm like, but I want to build that also in Dallas. And then eventually I want to be in Los Angeles and I want to travel and like really expand these connections and this networking. So yeah, it's really like turning into like a Her Reality Check family. Like people text me like, I love your show. Like, can't wait to the next episode. I want to come on as a guest. Can you talk about this? Like, I really need some advice on this. So it's really like communicating with people, talking to people about things that people really need to hear. So that's really how it started.
I would say, really, I found out that I'll be the only one that be wanting people to hate on me. What's doing is like for like people like when I play gospel quartet. I play the drums. So. Shout out to my boy AJ and Sid. They came up to me last week and was like, yo, bro, we be watching your show, bro. Like AJ was like, bro, don't stop. Do not stop, bro. Yeah. Sid was like, bro, I'll be sharing your stuff to people. And I'm like, bro, like niggas really be messing with the show. Even the kids done found my dog on podcast. So they come like, yo, Mr. Tatum, man, like your podcast is the only show I really can watch the full length of. Yeah. He like, cause it ain't full with a whole bunch of drama and extra stuff. Like, you ain't talking about what everybody else talking about. You really just sitting down talking to people about what they do. Yeah. Yeah. So even my homeboy at homecoming last week, like, yo, bro, we watching the show, man. We watching the show. Micah always tell me, like, bro, I watch every episode. He do. Micah's like literally the first one. Every time I post a clip, a video, he literally the first one.
Post notifications on.
He literally be the first one to like it and stuff like that. And I be like, I appreciate it, bro. Because, you know what I'm saying, nobody has to support you. And I don't I'm on social media, but I ain't got no big social media following. So I guess that's like probably like the biggest issue I have. And I kind of figure out a way to get better at that. I guess I need to find somebody that does PR for to figure out how to do that.
We'll talk. I can help. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, but I'm old at the same time. I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough to remember when we didn't have social media, and I'm old enough to remember when social media started. So You know what I'm saying? I remember when niggas on MySpace going crazy. You know what I'm saying? By the time, y'all came on, MySpace was already done.
Yeah.
Facebook was the doggone thing. Well,
Yeah.
Instagram was probably more popular than
Instagram. Facebook, we always say Facebook is for the old people. I know what MySpace is, but that was for the old people. We was on. I remember when Instagram first started, when it had the little brown logo.
Yeah.
That's when we were on Instagram.
See, like you had Kik and stuff too, right?
Yeah, I didn't have Kik, but yeah, all my friends had Kik. We used to get on what's it called, Monkey.
Yeah.
We had all that stuff.
So yeah, I'm young enough to remember when all the apps and different things came out and stuff like that for people. So I was like, dog, man, if I can just figure out how to, people know me, but they don't know me. They don't know I do it. So it's like, if I can just get people to see it, that'd be the thing, man.
Yeah.
Because in Grambling we had the lab, which is the student radio station.
I know what that is. It was with Mr. Black.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Satoria Black. Shout out to my man Satoria Black. Man. He had about a lot of stuff. He was actually a teacher first. Then he started a student radio station. And so I had one of the first shows on there. It was a gospel show called the Hallelujah Square.
Oh, that's cute.
So it'd be like from 5 to 7. I'll be in there Monday through Friday. And then, you know what I'm saying, he like, Black, you ain't consistent enough. Started just doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was like, all right, cool. So I go down Tuesday and Thursday, and I had different people call in doing interviews. I interviewed Corin Harthorne with him. I interviewed what's my man? He did the Leandra Johnson song, Donald Lawrence. I interviewed him with Mr. Black. And so Mr. Black like, hey man, you do really good with interviews because you know stuff about people that a lot of people don't really know. Or you ask questions about that past or, you know what I'm saying, or currently that a lot of people ain't really thinking of. I said, well, yeah, because I used to watch Steve Harvey, the Steve Harvey talk show. Yeah. That's when I first figured out that I was like, I think I want to be a talk show host. Yep. Because I used to watch him and I was like, I can do that. Yep. Then I watched the Breakfast Club. I be sitting like, I can do that. Minus, Charlamagne, but I said, I can literally do this, bro. Like, I can do that. So when I first got to Grambling, I wanted to be a band director. Okay. And I had met two people. They were like, yeah, bro, I've been here since 07. It's 2013. I said, y'all ain't graduated yet? Like, nah, bro, I probably ain't gonna graduate like another 2 years. I said, I won't be here that long, bro. I said, I won't be here that long. So then my section leader, shout out to my boy JT. He like, yeah, man, you can, you sound like you should be on the radio. Everybody always say that, like, you sound like you be on the radio. Yeah. But that's because I used to listen to Steve Harvey morning show, Ricky Smiley morning show, and Tom Joyner in the morning on the way to school. Yes. So he like, yeah, man, you sound like you can be there. I said, so he like, you try to mask on. Yep. I said, I don't know what that is, bro. So he told me what it was and stuff like that. So I wouldn't figure that. I said, all right, cool. So Mr. Blake, he like, let me do the Hallelujah Square. Then I came out with a relationship show because I didn't want to do the Hallelujah Square no more. I didn't want to do that no more. So he like, well, what's another show you got? I said, I got a show I'm gonna do called Love Talk.
So you did relationship stuff too?
I did, but my job with the show, because I had two co-hosts, me, my best friend Shay, and my homeboy Terry. My job was to be the devil's advocate. So I'm the one that's gonna, like, I know I ain't supposed to be saying this stuff, but just to give people the ain't
get them riled up.
Yeah, it ain't my real thoughts, but I know this is gonna make people mad, so I might as well go ahead and just say it.
I like people like that though. I like that because it gets a conversation started. Like it does.
Especially because Shay was like, she just look at me. She's like, you're not like, you don't think like that. Why are you saying it? I said, but it sounds smart, don't it? She's like, no, it don't sound smart. So on the air with me and her would be arguing, and Terry would kind of be like the peacemaker, like y'all both are wrong. So it was a good show. I think people like Black Talk, not Black Talk. Well, of course you don't like Black Talk, but I think they like Love Talk more than the actual the Hallelujah Square, which was cool. I enjoyed the Hallelujah Square. I played more quartet music than I did actual choir songs, but Love Talk is what I like the most. Yeah. And so when I carried it on to this, it's like, what I'm saying, this is something that I can actually sit down and talk to people and like kind of ask the questions that people don't really know about or want to hear about.
That's cute. Love Talk. I like that.
And I spelled it talk Luv. I ain't spelled the whole word.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I got real creative with that one.
Yeah, I like that. Clock that.
Well, Madison, so, what I'm saying, before we get ready to close it out, homecoming was just last week. What I'm saying? I enjoyed homecoming, even though I was with the kids all day. That was a long 2 days because Lancaster homecoming and Grambling homecoming was in the same week. Yeah. So I went from one game to the next. I was tired. I was beat down. I know. So the thing that I was having like a random question of the day or a random thought of the day. Right. Now, of course, what I'm saying, going to APCU, you was Miss Grambling, so you met all these people. You met a plethora of people. Sure. I used to tell Darian Williams, he was a former SGA president. I was like, Darren, how do you remember all these people's names? And he like, I don't know. Yeah. I think he's guessing sometimes. Yeah. I actually do. So when people came up to you in homecoming, how many people did you really know their names to?
I remember I was walking with my friend, and it was about like 10 people that I had ran into. I said, I have no clue who any of those people just were. And like, but it's crazy because the thing is, I'm going to make my friend, he always jokes about it. He's like, oh, you're going to go to it? Oh my gosh, hi. Because I'm going to treat everybody like I've known your whole. I'll be like, how your mom and them doing? Like, they be like, oh, she good. I'm like, because I don't want anybody to ever feel like, I recognize your face, I just might not know your name, but the love is there. The love is always going to be there, and that's true. Like, I love you, I just don't remember your name, and now it's too inappropriate to ask it now. So hopefully I just see you on social media and you got your name up there. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know a lot of those people, but the love was definitely still there, and it was good to see a lot of familiar faces. But yeah, I don't know how a Darian remembers names, because I'm always been a hey girl, hey boo, hey baby, hi, because I don't know the names like at all.
I remember one time my college girlfriend, I was walking into class one day, back when Dunbar was still open, was still a building.
They just tore that down.
Right.
That's crazy.
That just turned into a museum, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, I thought that was like a historical building that they couldn't tear down.
Right, that was the original band room.
Yeah, okay.
So I thought they couldn't tear it down either, but you know, that's how it's gone now.
It's real gone.
Yeah, can't fight about that now. But I was walking to the class one morning, and this dude came up to me like Black, bro, what's up, man? Like he ain't seen me in years. And so I'm looking at him, I'm trying to recognize his face. I said, I don't recognize this nigga face. I know I don't know his name. He dabbed me up, what's up, bro? What's up, man? Man, it's good to see you, bro. I said, man, we need to kick it like we did the last time, man. We was over in Pittsburgh. I said, yeah, man, yeah, bro, we need to do it again, man. I said, hey, your number still the same? He's like, yeah. I said, hey, bro, I'm gonna text you, bro. I got you, bro. He's like, man, how your mom and them doing, man? I said, yeah, man, you know, we still doing our thing out there in Dallas. Man. We still doing our thing. I say, hey, man, your mom got over that little situation, huh? I'm like, yeah, man, she feeling a whole lot better, man. She feeling, I'm guessing. I have no clue if his mama was sick or what, or she was in jail. Who knows? So he like, yeah, man, we're good with that situation, man. My daddy, man, he made it right. Okay, hey, okay. I said, hey, man, like, hey, man, hey, hit me up, bro. I said, bro, I got you, bro. Good see you, man. Good see you, man. Oh, good see you, Black man. My nickname is a color. All right, let's just start there. My nickname is a color. If you don't know anything, you can look at my skin tone and tell what my nickname is. So the fact that you sit there and say Black, you're cheating. You're already cheating. So you know my name just based simply off of how I look. That is cheating. That man, so he walked away. She said, baby, you know who he is? I said, I have no clue who that nigga was, bro. I have no absolute clue who that brother was, man. But that man was excited to see me. I wish I could have been excited as he was. I just had no clue who he was. I had no clue who he was, man.
I don't know how that happens. Like, how names just I don't know how that happens. You just don't recall who people are. Like, I was telling my mom, I was like, there's this guy I used to talk to. I said, I wish I could remember his name. And we had like a extensive I couldn't remember his name for nothing. And I still don't remember. I'm like, what was his name? And that's not good.
I do that all the time. I do that in church. So I used to do it with family members because my family's so big. So I would get people mixed up with people on my daddy's side and my mama's side. I'm like, I know that's not your name. But I'm just going, hey, auntie, how you doing? I used to hit them like that all the time.
Everybody auntie.
Yeah, especially on my daddy's side. I hit them with that all the time. I know their names. I just can't call it at the moment. Yeah. Especially after I don't say it 15 other people's names. Like, bro, your name is not going to be the first one on top of my list, bro. I know exactly who you are. I just can't think of it.
I remember when I was younger, I told my mom, I don't think I told my family this. I don't even think they know. When I was younger, for years, I didn't know my dad's name. Like, I didn't know my granddad's name. So I just called him Granddad. I didn't know his name.
That's what you're supposed to call him, though.
Yeah, but, like, sometimes you call him, like, Papa. Like, his name is John, but he was like Papa John. Like, you know, like, you could call him, like, Grandpa, like, their name. I didn't know his name, so I just called him Grandpa. I didn't know. Never knew his name. I guess that was the point. Like, they never said it.
Even my granny nickname is Nanny. Mm-hmm. So I got lost at Walmart one time because she wasn't where she said she was gonna be at. And I went up to the front like, hey, you can call my granny name on the loudspeaker so she can come get me. She's like, what's your granny name? I said, Nanny Tatum. They're like, is it a Nanny Tatum in the Walmart? You can come. You got a kid up here looking for you. She came and said, I told you I was back there with a toothpaste. I said, you wasn't about no doggone toothpaste. I walked past that 4 times. You wasn't back there. And she walked slow, so I don't understand how I even missed her if she was walking.
What I used to hate about it, like going in stores, like in Walmart, when you're right there, you're about to be next, and I'm gonna be right back. I'd be like, oh no, like she would leave, and then the people like, oh, they'll tell you the price. I'm like, I'm looking for my mama. I'm in a panic. I'm like, Mama, why would you? She's like, I told you I was coming right back. People waiting. I used to hate when my mama would do that. Leave me in the line.
I didn't mind it. I'm looking around. 97, 94. You have to wait for her to come back. She got the purse. I ain't got no purse on me, Doc, and ain't nothing in this wallet. This little doggone Power Rangers wallet is empty. I know it takes some green to get in there. I ain't got it, especially that number. That's a high number. I can't count past 12 yet, but I know that's a high number. 97. Yeah, that's up there. That's way up there. That's what, after 13? That's up there. I don't know that number. But anyway, man, I'm glad you came on the show.
Yes,
I've enjoyed this.
Thank you.
I try to make sure
Me
everybody
too.
has a good experience and they get to talk as much as they want to.
Yes.
Yeah, Big Rob was on one of the episodes and he like, I feel like I talked the whole episode. I said, Big Rob, that's what you're supposed to do. When you come on the podcast and you sit in front of a mic, talk. I don't want you just sitting there looking at me. Make the episode boring. People like it too. So do me a favor to tell everybody where they can find you on social medias, where they can find your podcast, where they can find anything.
So it's Madison_Johnson 44 is my personal Instagram page, and then at Her Reality Check Podcast on Instagram and on YouTube. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll make sure I put everything in the description below. I'll make sure I put her Instagram, her personal Instagram, and her actual podcast Instagram in the bottom below too. Make sure I put the YouTube link in there as well. Again, I really appreciate it, man. I want y'all to go and subscribe and like and comment on her stuff. Do the same thing on my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go over to Black Talk on Instagram. Make sure you go to Brenton Tatum at Facebook. Make sure you go to AL Black on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you follow all the We Are Rise Up pages as well, whether that be Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We got all that stuff in the link tree below. So y'all make sure you go over there, you know what I'm saying, like and comment on our stuff as well. And remember, you know, man, support is free. You know what I'm saying? It don't cost you nothing to support and help out young black people that trying to do something with their lives. I know you might not be doing nothing with yours, but we damn sure trying to do something with ours. I'm sorry, Mama. I know. We talked about that last time about me always talking about people not supporting us, but it's true, man. God dog, support is just so simple. Hit the button. God dog, y'all support everybody else that's not funny and not talented. Now here you got talent. Here y'all got talent. What's your excuse now? God dog, man. But anyway. Oh, and make sure y'all go check out my boy JJ Williamson page too, man. He's been on tour. He's coming up with some different dates. His new special, Underrated, is coming out pretty soon. So y'all make sure y'all go over and support that, man. Me and JJ been talking back and forth for ever since he came and did the show. That's my dog, man. He's good dude, good humble dude, man. Y'all make sure y'all go support my boy Trey G. I know I'm supposed to say shout out to everybody that came on the show already, but those just the people I talk to on a consistent basis. Those are just my good friends. As well as 80 Bonner, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he's doing with music, you just got to catch him. You really got to catch him because if you don't, then you'll miss him. Shout out my boy Big Rob. I just seen him at the National Lights Out performance we did in Bear Creek. So, big shout out to him. Shout out to Uncle One. Shout out to everybody to support the page. Everybody support the movement I'm doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I support her page. Support us while you can, because I already told y'all once before, once I blow up 30 minutes a day, I'm gonna stunt and I'm not gonna do nothing for y'all. I'm gonna sit there and make fun of you.
Start acting funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna act funny for 30 minutes a day. That's been my prayer for like good 10 years. I'm just waiting for him to give me the results of what I prayed for, because for 30 minutes a day, I'm gonna act bougie. So if you call me or text me within the 30 minutes, be prepared. All right? And those 30 minutes gonna be at random too. So I don't even know what's gonna happen, man. So until next episode, until episode 10, man, I holler at y'all boys. It's AL Black, that's Madison, and we'll see y'all next time.